What we did this year, we broke a 20-year single-season passing record. We threw for 2,730 yards. Probably should have had another 800. We had a lot of drop passes, which I'm sure some of you guys are familiar with. Threw 25 touchdowns. Probably should have had 30 or 30 plus. My goal for my quarterbacks every year is 30 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He threw 7 this year, a couple tip passes, but probably would have been close to that mark. We did have the number one receiver in the CCIW. That was in the regular season. Had 72 catches for 1,075 yards, 9 touchdowns. Pretty talented kid. We tried to get him the ball as much as we could. 29 of his catches were just a simple speed out into the boundary from the single receiver side. So 5 to 7 to 8 yards a clip, but we touched the ball. He touched the ball as often as we could. He was 13-mile region. We also had a second-team CCIW quarterback. Was a fifth-year senior. Guy played really well for us. He had success earlier in his career. Then we came in and changed the offense. It just simplified the world for him. So it allowed him to play almost mistake-free. And I'll show you guys some of these pass concepts that we use. How many of you guys run double slants? Anybody run slants? Right? How do you teach the angle of the slant? It's tough, right? A slant can be here, 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 here. They're ambiguous. You never know where the hell a slant's going to go. 15 years ago, I made a decision. Okay, the only time I was going to run double slants was when I was playing Madden, and I had David Boston out there as a wide receiver. Throw him at slant. He scored 88-yard touchdowns every time. Okay, so I got rid of double slants, and we went to this. Okay, we call it Dino. Dino stands for down and in. That's why I get paid the big bucks to come up with stuff like that. Okay, it's a 5-yard square in and a route that we call a hip up. Get to the inside hip of whoever the alley defender is, whether it's a backer or spin down safety, and then go straight vertical. Okay, I can blindfold our quarterbacks, and they can throw a 5-yard square in. Okay, it's set up the same way as double slants, but it's a much cleaner read and a much easier throw. We ran this 72 times this year, completed it at just over 74%, 10.3 yards a catch when we ran this play. Okay, we can do it out of 2x2, 3x1, 12 personnel, 10 personnel, 11 personnel. It doesn't matter. Our Dino concept is what allowed us to have a lot of success within this offense. So again, a 5-yard square. And now we teach these guys out here, hey, if there's somebody standing on the line that you can run, stop. Don't get your head knocked off. Okay, we always teach our hip ups to get to the inside hip and straight vertical, because if this guy does expand to take away the 5-yard square in, we want to keep him away from any box backer that could be expanding as well. That's why we take him straight vertical. I'll show you guys clips of this. Okay, this is an example of us running in 3x1. Okay, number 3's job is to sit 5 yards over the ball. In 15 years running this play, I've probably thrown it 2,000 times. We've only thrown this guy once because they brought a double dog blitz right up the middle. We replaced the blitz with the throw. He caught it, sliced up the field. It was like a 60-yard gain. We caught him in a blitz. Our quarterback saw it and hit that. Okay, we got our Dino concept out here, and then I'll introduce what we call a triple combo. Okay, and we practice this a bunch, but it becomes very easy. He can run a square in, a speed out, or a vertical based on the corner's leverage. Corner's off inside. He runs a 5-yard speed out, throw it to the boundary. Very simple. Corner's off outside leverage, run a little square in and stop. Again, they're giving you the open alley. If there's no alley defender here to the single receiver side, take it. Corner's pressed up, and they want to fit this guy into the box and bring some blitz. Well, now you got a one-on-one with what should be your best receiver. Okay, now, what was it, 6 years ago I made the change. Our outside receivers never flip sides. Okay, I had the GPS deals on our receivers when I was out in South Dakota, and we figured out that they were running 2.1 extra miles of practice, just simply switching sides. Okay, you're talking 53 and a third, running all the way, because we have wide splits, that they're just flipping sides, and they're running an extra 2 miles of practice. So what we teach our guys is, are you on the front side of the formation or the back side? Okay, so we have backside and front side combinations. It's a little bit more learning for the outside receivers. We're fortunate because we get some meeting time. Once they pick up the concepts, it becomes very simple for them. Okay, and that way we can keep these guys on the outside fresher longer throughout the season, throughout games. Okay, so that's our Dino. So Triple combo, we'll take that if there's an open alley. If there's nobody over here and you get a one-on-one with a corner that's off inside leverage, man, throw your speed out, okay? One guy on our team caught that 29 times this season. It's simple. It's very easy, okay? So again, the Dino aspect replaces double slants. Pretty easy stuff. So let's take a look at some film here. Okay, so here we're in 12 personnel. We got a little twins look. Okay, now, well, coach, what if they blitz this outside backer? Somebody's going to be playing this area of the field, right? Okay, whether it's his backer that expands, safety backs up, or he blitzes, safety spins down. That's who you're running your hip up off of. Okay? For defensive players, any alley defender, when number 2 goes vertical, what are they taught to do? You gotta get hands on, right? Yeah, wall them off, get hands on. Anytime they get hands on number 2, we win. Fast forward this a little bit here. So here we are, we're running our hip up off of the now alley defender, 5-yard square in. There it is. Okay, you run a slant, you're probably hitting the inside guy because they're trying to bracket number 1, but 5-yard square in, pick, plant, throw for our quarterbacks, pretty easy stuff. Okay, if you guys ever want to talk pass pro stuff too, basically what we do is we have a set attack pass pro. We can full line slide it. We can have a 5-man pass pro, 6-man pass pro, full line 7-man slide. Okay, we also have what we call excuse my language, a bitch call. Okay, where all 5 offensive linemen go and cut. Okay, just every so often our center will make a bitch call and you find a guy, you go cut him. Gets hands down. Our quarterbacks are allowed to get the ball out pretty quick. And the play happens so quickly. Okay, we run it a lot. Our quarterbacks are easily read it. We actually had an A-gap blitzer, okay, standing right in the A-gap, linebacker. Blitz right up the A-gap. Our center went one way, our guard went the other. He was unblocked, okay, 15 feet from the quarterback. Quarterback got the ball out, completed it before he got touched, okay. Here's another example. Now, 5-yard square ins. This is North Central. They saw us run this play a ton. So they tried to mess with us to the boundary. Okay, and obviously we're in the middle of the field here, but watch what this guy does right here. See how he just runs out, turns his hips? Okay, this is why we try to keep this vertical. We tell our guys too, if you start getting in a 10-yard window, you're gonna get your head whacked, right, by that safety coming down. So what we do is we tell them to choke themselves down. Okay, so if you can't figure it out, North Central saw us run this play. I think we run it 13 times against him in that game. Okay, so now he's expanding. They were sick of us just hitting 5-yard square ins on him. All right, so now he's expanding. Well, now you run the hip up, and you throw the hip up, and you get a 11-yard gain. Okay, I'll run that one back here.
Coach, what if you have that head-up defender just shuffling out to flats and not turning hips? What are you teaching the kids on that?
Yeah, so if this guy just shuffles out, if he expands at all and we can get inside, hip, and vertical, there's a throwing lane here.
It has nothing to do with the flip of the hips or anything.
No. If he expands in any type of way, there's a throwing lane because we're going to end up boxing him out right then and there. Okay? Most of the time, these guys are taught to do what to number 2? Reroute, hands on, wall him, get hands on. The second he gets hands on, just like this guy squeezing him, there's a wide open window to throw a 5-yard square in. It's awesome. That was the one hip up that we hit all year because the rest of them we threw the 5-yard square ins. I had to put that one up there because it doesn't happen very often. It's pretty neat.
Where do you start the quarterback? You start front side, back side?
Quarterback can choose best leverage. Okay, so he's looking at his alley defenders here. He can choose best leverage. This guy's tighter, corners off a little bit more, outside leverage. Maybe it's, they're pretty good team with their corners that want to come up. So boundary's a much shorter throw. I'll take that. 3x1, we have our triple combo, then we have our field, so it's typically a field read, but he can choose the best leverage. We watch on film, hey, this outside backer, he gets real froggy. He likes to try to get in the run game, anything like that, so we can easily read whoever we want. Sometimes we game plan it, but this is a really easy boundary throw. Here's our read. Okay, that guy just turns and is ready to get hands on too. Look how wide open that is. Okay, same thing up top here. He's working to get to the inside hip. His eyes are on 2, wide open. You can throw it either way. It's simple. 5-yard catch, turns it into an 11-yard gain. Okay, very simple. You can run it versus cover 2, cover 3, cover 4. It doesn't matter what coverage they're in because we can be successful with it. Okay, if you watch what the outside receiver does here on his 5-yard square, now we got to get him better at coming off the ball harder. Okay, he stops, right? Because he sees on his break, he plants his foot, he sees this guy sitting right here. I'm just going to stop. Okay, he could have taken maybe one step in. We're still able to complete it, but he knows if I keep running, the quarterback's going to throw me inside. I'm going to get my head whacked. Okay, so try to self-preservation is key at some points. Okay, here's another great example. Okay, so we get to the point now, this is algebra 2, calculus type stuff. You know, we started seeing these corners really drive down inside on number 1. So we came to the sideline, we made an in-game adjustment, said, hey man, if you catch a Dino, spin to the outside because they're really trying to jump. You know, we're going to gain 5 yards, but hey, maybe we can get a bigger gain if we allowed, if we allowed that corner to jump inside like he does here. See how heavy he's playing inside? That's fine. We can still complete it. If he tries to knife it upfield here, he's still going to get a 5-yard gain. Okay, but now we told him, hey, spin outside. We spin outside, he gets a 14-yard gain on a 5-yard squaring. Pretty easy stuff. Okay, now this guy was an All-American. We weren't going to try to throw a triple combo, but I'll show you that here in a little bit. Okay, Wheaton. This is a pretty good defense that we were playing. Okay, so here we go. Now, it's a great example of a much tighter alley defender. Okay, so he's really got to work to get to his inside hip. But what does that do to the outside guy? Opens it wide open. Okay, this is cover 3. They're trying to cloud the backside, which is great because we threw a lot to that dude. So we're playing cover 3, just it's essentially a 5-yard hitch, right? Very simple, knife it upfield. Again, first down on 2nd and 6. It's pretty easy stuff. Okay, so here we got our 3x1. Okay, we're going to be in 7-man full slide protection, okay, which means he now becomes a single receiver. So we give him our triple combo option. What you notice is this safety's hunkering in. There's going to bring some pressure here, okay, and that safety's going to fit in the box. We call that 3 buzz. He's buzzing into the box. Well, it creates a one-on-one, all right, and we saw this on film. They get this safety spinning in the box. This guy wants to be real physical at the line of scrimmage. Well, all you got to do is get a release, no safety help, and we turn our triple combo into a 48-yard touchdown pass. Okay, so could we have thrown the Dino to this side of the field? Absolutely. It's still wide open. Okay, but they gave us a one-on-one with our best receiver. He got a great release. We score a touchdown. It's pretty cool. Thank you for that. Okay? Same exact look. Now, I get this all the time. Well, coach, what if he's pressed up? That's okay. We work this 5-yard square in versus all types of different leverage. We should be able to throw this again, but same exact defense, right? They're going to bring pressure. Safety's fitting in the box. This guy throws hands hot. We get a release. Now it's an even longer touchdown versus the number 1 defense that we played against. Okay? If we were to throw the Dino route down here, it's still open, right? Throw them by, that's open. In our league, that's about all you get sometimes. We got to be able to complete that even to the field. Okay? Any questions on Dino? Any of you guys that run slants, you adopt this, you'll never change. It'll change your life. Okay? But again, we got to release, throw that triple combo. We threw the triple combo into the boundary, guys, a ton of times. Okay? It just so happens that he pressed up and our receiver happened to get a good release there. Okay, so here's an example of our O-line making their bitch call, right? Well, unfortunately, he's better than him, he's better than him, he's better than him, he's better than everybody, he's better than him. We don't get a single guy on the ground. Son of a bitch, okay? Like, imagine playing quarterback and seeing this coming right at you. Holy hell. All right? But the ball's out quick enough. Whether he threw the Dino or he threw the triple combo, the ball's out quick enough, our quarterback doesn't get touched. Okay? I'm going to rewind that for you guys one more time to see how absolutely horrible we were up front. By the way, freshman, senior. Started 4 freshmen, 1 senior on the offensive line. None of them knew how to cut. Thank you, NCAA, for not allowing us to cut in practices. That's great. That's awesome.
Coach, is there any pre-snap communication between the backside receiver, quarterback?
It's all based on the leverage of the corner. So the tricky ones we get are the corners that'll be playing, off inside leverage, and at the snap of the ball, they'll square up. So we rep that a ton in our individual drills where they square up to play cover 2. Well, our receiver, as he's coming off the ball, ready to run that 5-yard square in, sees, the DB hinge in, then he just converts and runs a fade.
So how do you teach that to the QB then?
QB's got to see the leverage. Pre-snap, right, if they're going to play cover 2, that single side safety's got to be off the hash, right? If he's good and he can play on the hash and still get over and cover a vertical route by a single receiver, he's pretty damn good. We see some of those, but a lot of it's pre-snap look, right? Linebackers tucked in the box, corners, looking inside, and he's going to hinge in. Safety's off the hash. Anytime the safety's off the hash and the corner has a possibility of pressing, we're usually off that triple combo, and let's just throw Dino, right? Either they're going to cloud and play cover 3 cloud to the boundary, okay, which easily opens up our field Dino route, okay, or if they're playing straight cover 2, we can still throw a 5-yard square into cover 2, okay? Guys, that's our best play, right? We ran that more than any other play in our entire offense. I called it on 4th and 8. We converted. I called it on 1st down a ton because all of a sudden you complete a 5-yard square and get tackled right there. You're at 2nd and 5. You're ahead of chains. We're good there. I call it in the red zone. I call it backed up. That's one of our, if we are ever on the 1-inch line, we'll go hard count. We'll throw that route. Okay, I love it. It's our guys buy into it, and we average 10.3 yards a catch on that. Now, granted, those 2 triple combos for 40 and 60 yards help that stat a little bit, but it's pretty good. So we had to find a way this spring, hey, how can we protect our best play? So we got into a bunch more 3-step combinations, and I'm going to show you guys 3-by-1 pass combinations that allow us to protect that in-breaking route. So everyone run this, right? Some sort of stick concept. Number 3 runs a stick, whether it's a tight end or a receiver. You run a stick, you run a speed out, you run a vertical. We always keep our backside triple combo. All right, so we have this in almost every one of our concepts, is that ability to take that if they give it to us. Okay, then it's a very easy read. All our quarterback looks at is this Sam Backer. He expands with number 2, hit the stick before the mic can get there. He sits, throw your speed out. He sits, corner squats, well, you better have your pair hanging down. You got to throw a whole ball to the field. Okay, don't love that, don't see it a ton, but if we do, tuck and run the damn ball. Okay, no one wants a whole ball to the field. So we call this stagger. Pretty easy concept. Again, it's our set attack pro up front, or we can make a bitch call up front and miss 5 different cuts, which is fantastic, okay? Yeah, it happens to everybody, right? Okay, so in this scenario, right, I'm telling my quarterbacks, guys, why don't you take your 5-yard speed out? He's off inside leverage, tilted in. Throw a 5-yard speed out. He's giving it to you. It's free, right? This safety's tucked in. They're not going to play cover 2, whatever. Take it. But very easy read. Outside backer expands. Whoop. Outside backer expands. Hit your stick route from a tight end before the mic can get there. Okay? One thing we weren't very good at last year during the fall is understanding that this guy's open even if there's a backer on him. Okay, we got 2 tight ends that are really good football players for us. We got some more coming in. I'm trying to get to where we can have multiple tight ends on the field. Maybe we'll switch our colors to purple. That'd be great. Trying to get as many tight ends as we can on the field, but that's open. We got to be able to throw that. Okay, so that's a really easy pick, plant, throw for our quarterbacks. Get the ball out quick, and then go from there.
Coach, when you teach that is open, you teach linebacker over.
Even if the linebacker's on his hip, our quarterback, it's a 5-yard throw. Our quarterback's got to be able to put it on the outside shoulder. Our tight ends have to be able to box out like they're playing basketball.
What if your quarterback is not very good?
Yeah, it's still a 5-yard throw. If your quarterback can't throw it to somebody's chest standing 5 yards from them, find a different quarterback, I guess. Yeah, I know it's tough, right? You guys can't recruit. We've got guys that, it turns out, this guy's been pretty good for us. That's about as easy of a throw as it gets. The nice thing is that, we're playing against backers in 7-on-7, right? backers at 7-on-7 don't have anything to do but drop to wherever they need to drop to. In a game scenario, those guys still have to check run. It's 11 personnel. If this guy's not worried about the run game, in 11 personnel with back away, inside zone, possibly coming to him, well, okay, then they're cheating, right? That's a constant communication I have with my defense coordinator. I feel that anytime we script, he cheats, okay? And, these guys are notorious for doing that in 7-on-7. However, you're not allowed to run full team periods in spring ball. But again, so Mike Backer's still expanding. I can be able to get the ball to him real quick. And it's almost a catch and throw type scenario for our quarterbacks. Okay, so here it is in the game. Again, I've run this play a lot. You don't typically see this guy squatting on number 3. But again, North Central, very well coached, great athletes. Okay, he actually squatted, kind of gave us that speed out to the field. Our quarterback almost back shouldered him right here. We catch it, get a 13-yard gain. Okay, so this is, again, ways for us to protect our best play. Thank God we didn't try to cut everybody again. It's awesome. Okay, so that's our first 3-by-1 step. So we put in Dino, and then we put in Stagger, same day. Okay, we got an in-breaking route, we got an out-breaking route. Now we're going to get onto some variations of our 3-step stick concept. Snap. Okay, backside number 1, instead of running his triple combo now, is going to run to the middle of the alley, snap it off 4 to 5 yards. Okay, would love it if there's a backer right here. He runs right at his upfield shoulder. Okay, we do not teach pick routes. Picks are illegal. We can teach rub concepts. Big difference. Tailback, he's replacing the outside foot of our outside receiver. If he doesn't get the ball by the line of scrimmage, he turns it up to a wheel. Okay, very easy. That corner is in man, presses inside. Throw your tailback now because whoever's playing the alley's got to either go over the top or underneath. We're going to have some leverage there. If the mic's tucked in the box and there's a single backer out here, throw your stick route. Very simple concept. Love this one in the red zone. Okay, especially when you get guys that want to bring some pressure in, put it into 11 personnel, and now they're worried about run game. You might get a run pressure or anything like that. Now you got a backer trying to run with a tailback that's free release out of the backfield. Okay, so this is a strict 5-man pass pro. Our quarterbacks know they got to get the ball out. Get it out quick.
How do you teach them to read the quarterback? Do you teach them to go like trip side, backside, trip
Pre-snap picture allows us to, hey, I've got leverage because this mic is in an A-gap, and there's only one second-level defender out there. I'm going to read my stick side. Or there's nobody in the alley. I got a really easy read on the corner. Okay, so if there's no alley defender, you got corner safety are the only people outside of this area. Well, that guy's in a man in conflict. Okay, if he squats, throw your snap route before any type of interior backer or safety can spin down. He drives down on this snap route, now you got your tailback. Yep.
Are you adjusting that backside split?
No, I want to bottom the numbers. Okay, I want him as far away from any type of interior backer that we can. We just teach our tailbacks, hey, look at the receiver's outside foot. You are running to it right now, expecting the football. If you don't get the football by the time you cross line of scrimmage, just go straight upfield. That's really awesome. This second-level throw doesn't happen very often, but when you get a hard cover 2 corner and a Mike backer or Will backer that expands and he runs right by the corner, it's actually pretty cool. I've thrown a couple touchdowns on that before. Okay, so here's an example of snap. Okay, now they've got this backer's out of the box, press corner, and a safety. They got 3 defenders for 2, but what they have is head up over number 2 and nobody head up over number 3. He's inside leverage. I'm going to throw this stick route. Pre-snap, my quarterback knows I'm going to the left here. Okay, they get depth, throw a 5-yard stick route in the red zone, go to the next play. Very simple pre-snap determination that I'm going that way. Okay, in this scenario, the film's kind of a little tough to see. Okay, but they would, North Park would stem into a bear front a bunch. Even though he's a walk-up, they always brought this guy. Safety's back almost in the box. This guy's tucked in the B-gap. That's a very easy read for me to read that corner. We did a lot of check with me stuff, but corner squeezes. Box backer in the A-gap's got to run with our tailback. He runs through a guy. Cool, we'll catch it and go. It's a pretty nice little view from the tight here. Very easy for our quarterbacks. That guy's got a long way to go. He tries to undercut it. Okay, I yelled at the ref. The ref called him out of bounds right there. I said, he's wearing white shoes. You can't tell the difference. Ref didn't find that too funny. Okay? So, in this scenario here, I told my quarterbacks, dude, that's a pretty easy read on this guy, right? He expands with 2, hit your 5-yard stick route. Okay, but what we saw is that same look we saw before with the corner pressed up. This safety might come in the box. There's only going to be one second-level defender outside here, and that's going to be the corner. So he decided to go to the boundary here. Okay? We just outraced this cat. You get a box backer trying to run with a tailback that's already got him out-leveraged. Catch the ball. Now that, I give, was it 50, 57? I give this guy credit. He was actually a lot faster than I thought he was. Okay? Oh, here's this, our bitch call again. We actually, a little bit better, maybe. They had a pretty decent D-line. I don't think it was comparable to Wheaton's, but still pretty good. But again, pretty easy 4-yard gain on 1st and 10. Yep. Okay. We got man-to-man. Fourth down, they bring a blitz. Square it off. It's pretty easy. Okay. Next play we have is called Vegas. Okay, same stick concept. Triple combo backside. Now instead of running a speed out, he's going to wrap behind number 3 about 2 yards. Okay, now instead of reading the Sam backer, we're going to beat the Sam with speed. That Mike backer comes flat to attach the stick route, throw it behind him. It's a pretty cool concept. Okay? And I can send this to you guys. You guys need to take a picture of it, whatever. It's not a slant. It's a wrap route. Okay? So he attaches to the stick route, run right off of his. We do call it a win route. Okay? All you got to do is just win over the top of that guy. Very easy read for our quarterback. Mike drives down on the stick route, right behind him. Pretty easy concept. So again, ways to protect our 3x1, 3-step combos. Okay, this is a game. Again, Wheaton kind of screwing with this guy out here. They got 2 over 2, throw a stick route, get a big gain. Okay, so it's how many ways can we get the ball out quicker because we couldn't pass protect versus, senior, super senior. I think this guy was 30. We gave up a bunch of sacks on 5-step pass pro, so now we got to figure out how can we get the ball out quick and make it difficult for the Mike backers and alley defenders. This kid had never played a snap. Guy broke his shoelace, so he had to come in. He didn't stick out. He actually ran like a square in, almost screwed it up, but we hit the wrap route right behind it. So pretty nice little concept here. Again, it's just a variation off that stick concept. We were able to get, I think it was 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 6 or something like that. We were able to pick it up. Last one, love it in the red zone. We call it nod. Okay, again, you stick, 2 steps into the stick, turn it up. We run a speed out, whip underneath. Mike wants to run with number 3 in man, should open up that underneath area. He wants to come flat. We got the nod. Always able to take our triple combo. Mandatory outside release as a placeholder. Pretty cool concept. We ran this a bunch this spring. We actually ran it last year versus North Central because we liked him. He liked to get froggy and jump everything. Slip right underneath. Of course, we bobbled, dropped the ball. 3rd and 10 should have been a big-time first down. Pretty good concept. We can max pass pro. We got to catch the ball, I guess. Luckily, that guy was the number 8 kick returner in the country. I would have been upset with him. So here is out of in the red zone. Okay, so Mike backer wants to run deep with the tight end, replace right underneath. Now this tight end has got some work to do. He should actually stick it for 2 steps into his stick and then go. He just tries to turn his body, tries to do it too quickly, but it does open up the underneath replace route. Pretty awesome concept. Here we go. We run it versus Milliken in the game. They didn't get their backside safety over there in time. Pretty cool concept for us. Scored us a couple touchdowns in the past. Post dig. You guys run post dig. We see a lot of cover 4. We always have an under coming to it kind of as a check down. It's very simple. Read the safety. Safety backs up. Alley defender either has to play the under or the dig. Okay, and we have this second post drawn here. You guys see a lot of cover 3 in high school? No. If we see cover 3 teams, his job is just to cross the face of that post safety. That opens up the one-on-one. Everything we do is try to get a one-on-one concept for our guys. And then we run out of 3x1. Okay, same thing, same exact play, post dig, and we have the under coming from number 3 now. So it's either coming from backside 2 or front side 3. We hit that underneath route if everybody wants to get depth. It's pretty simple. Here's a great example of post dig coming from our tight end side. Okay, and us hitting the under. Okay, safety steps up, which we probably should have taken the post. Tight end screws up and should have ran at the front side safety. Didn't get it. We were getting pressured. You can see we weren't very good with our pass pro. Quarterback steps up, flips it to the under. It was there. We'll take it. Thank you. Okay, here's another one. We're going 7-man protection. Post dig, read the safety. Okay, safety wants to hunker in. We create a one-on-one. Throw the dang ball out there. Okay, it helps that he's 6'4" and can run, but they never change what they did in their secondary. Here's another one. I don't know if we see a lot of man to the tight end side, quarters. So he steps up and tries to play the tight end on his 10-yard dig. Well, you now have created a one-on-one with the outside post. They did this to us all game. I think we completed 9 of these, won the game. Beat them for the first time since 1989. It's pretty cool. We'll take that. And then I don't have time, but that's our 4 vertical concept. If anybody wants to talk 4 verticals, we threw this. This was our second best pass play that we ran. The way that we teach it makes it very simple for our quarterbacks to not throw interceptions. So, any questions about anything? Cool. I appreciate it. Thank you.